Hey everyone, hope you're doing great. If you have watched my previous videos on Snowflake storage layer and compute layer, you now understand where data lives and where queries run. But there's one more critical layer that most people don't talk about, and that is the cloud services layer. This layer is basically the brain of Snowflake. In this video, I'll explain what exactly the cloud services layer is, what services it provides, and how it controls everything behind the scenes. By the end of this video, Snowflake architecture will finally make complete sense to you. Let's get started. So what exactly is the cloud services layer? In simple terms, the cloud services layer is a collection of services that coordinate and manage everything in Snowflake. It does not store your data, it does not execute your queries. Instead, it orchestrates everything. Think of it like a control tower at an airport. The planes are your compute warehouses, the passengers are your data, but the control tower decides who can land, who can take off, which route to take, and how to avoid collisions. That's exactly what the cloud services layer does. So now let's break down what this layer actually does. First, security, authentication, and access control. Whenever you log into Snowflake, it's the cloud services layer that authenticates you. It checks who you are, what roles you have, what privileges you have, which tables you can access. This includes role-based access control, network policies, multi-factor authentication, row level and column level security. So basically this layer answers who can access what. Next is the metadata management. Metadata is basically data about data. Snowflake stores information like table structure, column names and types, micropartition statistics, min and max values, row counts, clustering info, etc. This metadata is not stored in the compute layer, it is managed by the cloud services layer. But why is this important? Because Snowflake uses this metadata to make smart decisions about how to run your queries efficiently. And now this is the big one, query parsing and optimization. When you submit a SQL query, it does not directly go to compute. It first goes to the cloud services layer. This layer parses your SQL, checks syntax, validates your access, creates an optimized execution plan. It decides which partitions to scan, which joins to perform first, which filters to apply early. Then it sends this optimized plan to the compute layer. So the compute just executes what cloud services tells it to do. Next comes the infrastructure management. As you know, Snowflake runs on top of AWS, Azure, or GCP. But you never see servers, clusters, or machines. Why? Because the cloud services layer manages all of that. It handles provisioning resources, spinning up services, monitoring system health, failover, and recovery. This is why Snowflake feels serverless. You never worry about machines. Cloud services handles it. Next comes the transaction management and concurrency. Snowflake supports full asset transactions. That means atomicity, consistency, isolation, and durability. When multiple users run queries at the same time, when multiple updates happen, when inserts and deletes overlap, the cloud services layer manages all of this. It uses multi-version concurrency control, so users never block each other. This is why Snowflake does not need traditional locking. Another powerful feature is the result caching. If you run the same query again and nothing has changed in the underlying data, Snowflake can return the result instantly without using compute. But who manages this? The cloud services layer, and this saves time, money, and compute resources. Now let's connect all the layers together. Here's what happens when you run a query. When you submit a SQL query, first it goes to the cloud services layer, where the cloud services layer authenticates you, checks your permissions, looks at metadata, creates an optimized plan. Then it sends this plan to the compute layer. The compute layer executes the query, fetches data from storage layer, and processes everything. Then results go back through the cloud services, which may cache them and return them to you. So cloud services is the brain, compute is the muscle, and storage is the memory. There are some common misconceptions. A lot of people think cloud services runs queries. It doesn't. Compute runs queries. Cloud services only plans, manages, and coordinates. People also think it stores data. It doesn't. Storage layer does that. Cloud services is invisible, but without it, Snowflake would not work. So, to summarize the cloud services layer, it manages security and access, handles metadata, optimizes queries, controls transactions, manages infrastructure, and coordinates everything. It is the control plane of Snowflake. So, and with this, you now understand Snowflake's full architecture, which includes storage layer, compute layer, and cloud services layer. Thank you for watching the video.